Hey everybody, welcome to the empty streets of Diagon Alley. It's quarantine time, so we are teaching remotely today. So today's lesson is going to show you how to use either the Google Documents that is on your computer or the Google Documents on your phone in order to find a template to use for your resume assignment. So I'm going to do this in two parts in the same video. The first half of the video is going to be the part where we talk about how to use this on your computer. If you're not using it on the computer and you're using it on your phone, then you can kind of just skim through the YouTube bar until you get to the part where I'm waving at you again so that you know that that's the time where I'm going to start with your phone. All right? So I will see those of you who are on the phone in a minute, and for the rest of you, we're about to go to your computers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have opened up my Google Drive. I'm going to suggest that that's how you go about doing your writing portfolio work, including your resume. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up my writing portfolio because whatever I create in here is going to automatically be saved here, and it's automatically going to have whatever permission I have set the parent folder to have. So one of the issues that we've been having with your writing portfolios is many of you have documents that are on it that don't have the correct sharing permissions and we can't view them. So for all we know, you're posting pictures of baby Groot and your pets and all sorts of things on there. And we just don't know what it is because it just says, you need permission to view this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to the plus new, and then you're going to come down to Google Docs. You're not going to click on Google Docs yet. You're going to actually move over here to the little arrow. All right. From that arrow, you're going to be able to select whether you want a blank document, which would mean you have to start everything from scratch, or a template. So I'm going to click on template. Then it's going to ask me if I want to create and share in this folder. And I'm going to have to say, yes, that's exactly what I want to do. That's why I'm opening it in that folder. All right. So now I have a lot of different options of things that it will give me. There are essay ones that are in here. By the way, these are not great, except for maybe this one over here, because that's already in MLA format. But like these ones, not great for your format. Okay. Some report covers, class notes, lesson plans. Probably not something you're going to need. Letters. Please note the letters are in here because you may need those in the future. And then resume. So here's the thing. As a student, you're probably not going to have a lot of things to put on your resume. You're going to be kind of like going, oh, geez, what do I have to show an employer that I have skills and I'm worth of being hired? So you're going to want to like have something that's going to spread your stuff out. So just looking at these templates, I'm going to tell you this one here, that first one, you're probably going to need a lot of stuff on it because it's very condensed. Same thing with this second one. It's got a lot of places for information. So I'm going to suggest you pick one of these last three. I personally like the one that's in green because green is very eye-catching and it's actually a power color. It's supposed to imply that you're smart, okay? So I actually selected that one. It took a few minutes to load. And I'm going to show you what I then need to do is go in and start typing over the fill in the blanks that it gave me. So I put in my name. I told it that my job title at the moment is that I'm a student because I'm pretending that I'm one of you guys in class. If you have a job, so for example, my daughter works at the Dollar Tree. She could put on there that she's a sales floor associate. Sounds very fancy. You and I might call her a cashier, but she's going to put sales floor associate because that's what it says on her resume or on her paycheck. Also, it sounds a lot fancier and skilled than cashier. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is put in your personal contact information. For those of you that are going to post this on your writing portfolio, I'm going to ask that when you make a PDF version of this, that you remove your personal address and information by just highlighting all of that stuff and making it highlighted in black so that we can't necessarily see it. You're going to have to make sure that your font is also in black. It looks like this one's gray because otherwise you'll still be able to see it. So black on black. That way I know that you've done it, But if somebody stumbles across your actual writing portfolio, there's no way for them to have your personal contact information and be able to do anything inappropriate, like contact you that if you didn't want them to, things like that. You can leave up your email. I would suggest you leave up your email, but I would not put on your personal information about where you live or where you like your phone number. Those things you might not want somebody calling you at 4:00 in the morning every day to harass you. Those kind of things. And people do those things. We just have to assume that everybody who finds our stuff is a creep and protect ourselves. All right. So you're going to notice that under certain things, they'll say things like this: Lorium epsilon, dolor sit amet. No, they are not trying to conjure a demon. Don't freak out. This is called Greeking. Greeking is when they use this Greek that is no longer really used in language anymore to kind of fill in blanks where you would be going in and putting in various information of your own. Okay, so that's why that's there. What you're going to actually put in is a list of the skills that you feel like you currently have. So you can base that off of things in school, like you are familiar with the Google suite of apps because you know how to use Google Documents and you know how to use Google Slides, or you could list them out saying, I know how to use Google Slides, I know how to use Google Documents. And actually you shouldn't be saying, I know how to use. You should be saying, I am proficient in the use of, and then bullet point the programs that you've been using. Proficient in use of Google Slides, Google Documents. I don't know, maybe you have skills in writing computer coding because that's a hobby of yours. Or maybe your hobby is robotics or building computers, and you're going to put those under your skills because those are actually things that people are really looking for. All right, so then that takes us to experience. They've given you a place for 3 different things here. For many of you, you may be working your first job right now, or you may never have had a job. So under experience, you're going to want to put in your job information, the company, and the location. So for example, if I was working at the Wendy's across the street from the high school, I would put Wendy's as my company name, location, Cleveland Heights. All right. Then I'm going to say like my job title, which is probably, I don't know. I don't want to say like, I don't know what the job titles are there anymore, but when I was there, I think I was window greeter is what I was called, but I was the person who took your order when you came through the drive-thru. I don't know if they still call you that. I was like, I do more than greet the people, but that's what they said I did. So then those bullet points underneath are for you to list off the various job responsibilities. Okay. So if you only have one job, try and think of all the responsibilities that you have, like maintaining a clean workspace, following health codes. These can each be a bullet point, and so on and so forth. Okay. So at this point, you want to kind of spread that information out as much as possible. Your education, you're going to put in here Cleveland Heights High School. The degree you're going to put in is diploma, and you're going to say, like instead of from month to month, you're going to say expected graduation date, May 2020. Yes, you are graduating in May of 2020. We may not get to have our ceremony in May, but you will actually technically graduate in May. All right. When we get the ceremony, it could be July. We don't know, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. Underneath that, you're then going to maybe put in a bullet point list of things that you did during high school, like any extracurricular activities, any clubs that you were a part of, that kind of thing. If you took any kind of special classes, such as like computer programming or MDM or band, things like that, that you took that maybe other people might not have taken. You would put those in there. You would also you would copy and paste this into a second one so that you could add in a place for any college or career program that you have also been accepted into. So you would put in the name and location of that college or career program if that's something that you're going to be doing. And then you would say, was starting and then fall of 2020. All right. If you don't have any awards or anything like that to list there under this area, you can go ahead and delete this piece here by just highlighting that and hitting backspace, and then you're good. All right. So that ends our how to do this on the computer portion. If you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to your teachers and let us know. All right, back over here for you, with those of you with their phone, and it's time to go ahead and take a look at it. So I want you to get out your phone and pull up your Google Documents app. If you don't have the app, you're going to need to go to your app store and download it. This is going to be integral to doing your work, so it may be a little bit more important than any of the social media that you're not really using. So if you're strictly using Instagram and Snap, but not really on TikTok all that much, you might need to delete that. All right, so I'll wait a second for everybody, and then we're going to go to your phone. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Google Documents app, and then I'm going to locate the little plus sign down at the bottom on the right-hand corner. I'm going to tap on that little plus sign, and then I'm going to have an option to choose a template or a new document. I'm going to choose a template because then it's going to give me an option to look at all the different templates that I can choose from. So I've got all these different that popped up right at the top for me called resume. You may need to scroll through to find yours. You're going to want to choose a resume format that is attractive and you can fit a lot of stuff on. So I'm going to pick the one that's in green. And it's going to take a moment to load. Now, I'm going to want to edit this from my phone. So I'm going to need to click on that little pencil down in the bottom corner. And then my keyboard will pop up. And I can just tap wherever I want in order to go ahead and type over things. So I should put in my name and make sure I capitalize my last name. And then I'm going to take out their fill-in industrial designer so that I can put in my own title. Since I'm an English teacher, I'm going to put in English teacher. You'll probably want to put in student. Or if you're going to be a student of a specific thing, like nursing student, you can put that in there. Down here under skills where it says lorem epsilon, that's just called Greeking. Don't worry, they're not trying to cast a spell on you. It's just a placeholder. So go and fill everything in. You ask your teachers, and then you're done. And don't forget, there is going to be an extra credit opportunity for putting these on your writing portfolio websites. So if you're not sure how to do that, that's again, extra credit. It's not something that's going to be held against you. So don't worry about that. See you next time.